Alright, the news that we got here is bigger than any price candle we have seen all week. We are not talking about small retail hyped today. We are talking about the giants. We are talking about a company with a market cap of over $300 billion. And that's the company known as Coca-Cola. According to a brand new report here from Times Tabloid, and of course, an insights from an crypto expert, Levi revealed, Coca-Cola is officially on the list of major corporations exploring on-chain payments through Ripple's infrastructure. If you have been waiting for utility to become a reality, this is the moment. So, according to the title of our news right here, it says here $300 billion Coca-Cola is exploring on-chain payments via Ripple XRP, and here's the latest. So we are in this video, we are diving deep into the Ripple Treasury platform, the 1,100 corporate clients already onboarded, and why names like American Airlines and Black and Decker are showing up in Ripple's internal data. So let's start. Who is the Ripple executive behind this shocking reveal? This story isn't based on rumors for a random forum. This started with Jack McDonald, the senior vice president of Stablecoins at Ripple. In a video released earlier in April, he confirmed that over 1,100 corporate clients are actively using the Ripple Treasury platform to explore on-chain payments. In my own opinion, when a senior VP or a vice president at Ripple starts naming like Coca-Cola in American Airlines, the game has changed. For years, we heard banks are coming, but now we are hearing that Fortune 500 corporations are already here. To me, this shows that Ripple is not just a bank coin anymore. It is becoming the global treasury coin. If Coca-Cola starts moving even a fraction of their $300 billion market activity through XRP, the volume would be unlike anything the crypto world has ever seen. So the next question is, what is Ripple Treasury and why does it handle $13 trillion? You might be asking, how did Ripple get 1,100 corporations so fast? The answer lies in a massive move Ripple made back in 2025, and where they acquired a company called G Treasury. Now, G Treasury has already a giant in the world of corporate finance, serving hundreds of major corporations to handle their cash flow, liquidity, and cross-border settlements. In my own opinion, this was a genius move by Brad Garlinghouse. Instead of trying to convince 1,100 companies to download a new wallet, Ripple just bought the operating system that those companies were already using. They rebranded it as Ripple Treasury and integrated XRP right into the plumbing. When Ripple's CEO noted that this platform processed approximately $13 trillion in payments in a single year, my jaw dropped. Think about the number, $13 trillion. That is an ocean of liquidity that XRP is now connected to. We are not just a boat anymore. We are the engine inside the world's biggest financial tanker. Our next question is, why would a $300 billion company like Coca-Cola care about on-chain payments? Coca-Cola is a global machine. They have suppliers in every country. They deal with dozens of different currencies every day, and they move billions of dollars across borders. Currently, doing that through the old banking system or SWIFT is slow, expensive, and leaves money trapped in various accounts for days. So in my opinion, for a company like Coca-Cola, every second matters. If they can settle a payment in 3 seconds using XRP instead of 3 days using a bank, that is a millions of dollars in save efficiency and trap cash they can put back to work. Imagine a world where you buy a Coke and the settlement for the sugar supplier in, let's say, Brazil happens instantly on the XRP ledger. That is the Internet of Value the Ripple has been talking about. To me, this proves that XRP's speed and low fees are not just nice to have. They are a competitive necessity for the world's biggest brand. Now, are the 1,100 corporations just the beginning for the XRP ledger? The number 1,100 is what really stands out to me. These are not early adopters or crypto fans. They are institutional treasury teams, or those are the guys in suits who handle the money for Black & Decker and American Airlines. They are evaluating XRP for real financial operations. So in my opinion, this is the most concrete institutional market for XRP that I have ever seen. These companies are not looking at price moonshots. They are looking at enterprise scale. They want a system that works every time, is secure, and is compliant with laws. The fact that these 1,100 clients can now access on-chain rails through a system they already trust, which is the Ripple Treasury, means the barrier to entry is gone. We are no longer waiting for the bridge to be built. The bridge is open, and the trucks, which is the $300 billion corporations, are starting to drive across it. So, how does this adoption change the XRP narrative for this year 2026? For a long time, the narrative was about the SEC lawsuit. Then, it was about maybe banks using it. But this May 2026, the narrative is officially corporate utility. In my opinion, as a trader and a fan of this technology, this news makes me feel incredibly validated. When you have American Airlines and Coca-Cola exploring your network, you are not a speculative meme coin. You are a piece of global infrastructure. I believe we are entering a phase where the daily price matters less than the daily volume. As these 1,100 corporations move from the exploring phase to the active settlement phase, the demand for XRP for liquidity purposes will become a massive, constant force in the market. Overall, I can say that this is a historic moment when the biggest names in the world start looking at the XRP ledger to manage their trillions of dollars. We have reached a new level. So keep your eyes on the Ripple Treasury updates because that is where the real utility is happening. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one.